Welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome back to the channel here today, guys, where we are still celebrating our stunning late victory over Real Madrid in El Clasico. But to kick off the international break, we've got plenty of news to discuss, particularly on the transfer front today. We're going to be talking, yes, about Lionel Messi, who right now is at the centre of everything. We've got lots to discuss on him. We're also going to be talking about some really intriguing links to the big talent that is Florian Wirtz, currently playing his football at Bayer Leverkusen, and we are going to have updates on the injuries there to Ronald Araujo and also Frenkie de Jong, which occurred after the game on Sunday. It's all coming up for you in very good spirits. So let's do it, because we will indeed kick off with El Clasico. How could we not discuss that? A few days may have gone by, but we're still absolutely buzzing from that. And I thought it was incredible to see the footage that has emerged now of Joan Laporta up in the stands after the final whistle on Sunday when Barça did secure that late win. Again, he was reduced to tears. It's been a really emotional time for Laporta of late. It's been a bit of a roller coaster ride in terms of everything that's been going on. Not only for him, but for all of us Barcelona fans. But you can see time and time again how much it means to him, how much he wants to succeed at this club. And he's going to do everything in his power to achieve just that. Now, he wasn't joined on Sunday, of course, in the presidential box by Florentino Perez, who elected not to travel to the Camp Nou due to the hostile atmosphere that was expected. And Florentino instead elected to go and watch Real Madrid play basketball, which conveniently enough was another match that Real Madrid ended up losing. So it was not a good weekend for Florentino Perez. However, on the footballing side, when it comes to Barça after the game, there was a bit of concern because it was revealed there that Araujo was suffering with an injury problem. Barça confirming that he has a groin strain. No word from the club on exactly when they expect him to return, but the media in Spain say that it's not a serious problem there when it comes to Araujo, that he could be out for around 2 weeks, which is basically the international break, and after that he should be ready to be available again. He is not thought to be in any doubt at all for that big second leg against Real Madrid in the Copa del Rey semi-final. He should be back and ready for that game, and it's a very similar situation with Frenkie de Jong as well. He is withdrawn now from the Dutch national team this week after what they say is a minor knock that happened apparently in the final moments of the game against Real Madrid, with Frenkie de Jong apparently needing, around 2 weeks of rest. So again this is another situation whereby after the international break is over, he should be available. So nothing there to be too concerned about when it comes to Araujo or with Frenkie. They'll be back. And speaking indeed about El Clasico and indeed the celebrations that we saw on Sunday, I've got to say, guys, that was a really nice thing to see Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang in the dressing room after the game on Sunday. They're really nice to see that he remains close to the players, close to the club. You often see him on Instagram. Whenever he has a free moment, he's often watching Barça, watching our games, following our progress, and it was nice to see him there with what are his former teammates. But it was also interesting that this morning now, Mundo Deportivo say that Aubameyang remains available for Barça as a low-cost option this summer. The club knows exactly what Aubameyang can offer, what he would be willing to do to join the club. He would be absolutely delighted to come back. And I think if it wasn't for the rules that prevented him, he would have already returned in January. He's absolutely certain to leave Chelsea this summer. All parties will want a resolution in this situation, and Aubameyang is just there for Barça if we need him. If we find our way in the summer, needing a forward, we don't know where our money's going to be spent, where our wages are going to be allocated, and to just have Aubameyang there as that low-cost option, we're leaving the door open, we're leaving it on the table, because he had a fantastic impact on this club. In the short time that he was here, I think he captured the imagination of all of us Barcelona fans. And let's wait and see what will happen come the summer. There have also been plenty of rumours this week surrounding Barça and Florian Wirtz after Sky Sport in Germany reported that Barça had made contact there with Wirtz's father, who is also his agent, over a potential deal for a player right here who is extremely highly rated and has been now for several years in Germany. Now, Florian Wirtz's progress was sadly halted last season in 2022 after a really nasty cruciate ligament injury it saw him miss there 10 months of football in total. But the great news for him is he is back now. He's fully recovered from that injury. He is still only 19 years old, so still very, very early on in his career. And the good news is for him is that he's bounced back well this year. He's got 2 goals and 6 assists already in just 13 games in 2023, now playing under Xabi Alonso at Bayer Leverkusen. And in Germany, they say right now, though, that the earliest he would leave Leverkusen would be 2024. He would not be leaving the club this summer. It would be now the summer later. And he does have a contract, by the way, until 2027. So in 2024, he's not going to leave at a cut price. It's not going to be a cheap deal by any means at all. But Barça and Xavi are really, really keen on him. And I'll be interested actually to see if this is a route that we want to go down long term. Where would Xavi really incorporate him into his lineup? Because Wirtz has said in the past that he feels most comfortable in the number 10 position, that he likes to have space in that area to really roam and to get on the ball, but he's very much capable too of playing out in a wider area or even more advanced in the field, closer to the centre forward. So he's a really versatile player there. He can certainly chip in with goals as well as assists and be a really creative force on the ball. And I just think right here, this is certainly a player that we as Barca fans want to be keeping an eye on. He's an open admirer of the club, and indeed Messi, he's a big, big fan. So let's just watch this space and see how that develops. But indeed, speaking about the man himself, about Lionel Messi, who wouldn't be a fan of this man? Because there has been lots of Messi to Barcelona links over the past few days, and indeed weeks there, and the speculation now is really intensifying after Messi, of course, was whistled again by PSG fans on Sunday. We discussed that there over on MORETALKFCB. Now, after that game, it was interesting to see that whilst a lot of the PSG players stayed out on the field, they greeted the fans, they applauded them, all of that kind of stuff. Messi, though, he went straight down the tunnel. He was not in any mood at all to stick around at PSG's stadium, and he swiftly got on a plane then to go away on international duty, far, far away from that club. And that there is a great decision. Now, this morning, Gerard Romero has doubled down on his original claim that Messi will not renew at PSG, which to his credit there, to Romero's credit, when he originally said that Messi won't stay at PSG, he went against everybody. Nobody expected it at that time, but now as time has moved on, it's looked more and more likely what he's saying. Many other journalists now in Spain are joining Romero when he says that Messi returning to Barca is a very real and possible option. But it is interesting because then you got Fabrizio Romano sort of in the other corner, who continues to say that Messi hasn't made up his mind yet, that he hasn't yet shut the door on staying at PSG, and that it's not about money. Messi, apparently, according to Fabrizio, is waiting to see what the project is next season from PSG. You know, who the coach is going to be, perhaps, what players are going to come in, what their project looks like ahead of next season before he decides on whether or not he will stay. So really right now, you've got to pick your fighter. Are you in the camp of Gerard Romero, or are you backing Fabrizio Romano? I would lean right now a lot more to Messi definitely not staying at PSG for me. I don't think that's a situation that can continue in any way, shape or form. And I think it's really intriguing right now to listen to what Mundo Deportivo have to say, because they're saying right now that Barca currently, they're planning. They're looking into all the different options, all the different scenarios on how they can get around the La Liga wage issue, the wage cap issue, and get Messi registered and paid to return this summer. Because MD right now say that Messi could actually return on a low base salary, so a very, very low set amount there that could sort of be in accordance with those very strict La Liga regulations in terms of wages and salary allowance, all of that kind of stuff. So Messi there on that low base salary, but then there's a possibility, and this is what Barca are looking into, how can they sort of get him more money? How could they then also pay him what he's worth in terms of what he would bring to the club? Now, one of the options on the table is, could Barca offer him a percentage of the revenue that he will generate by coming back? Now, in terms of sponsorships, in terms of the additional income that simply Messi returning would bring to the club, is there a way to pay Messi and to agree to pay Messi a percentage of that money? Would that deal be allowed to happen in football? How would that deal be structured? And there were also a few rumours that Barca could even host a tribute there for Lionel Messi at the stadium, which would attract a sold-out crowd. Of course, so many people would come to see Messi, and then money generated from that, perhaps, could go the way of Messi himself. So Barca right now are looking into all the different ways that they could get Messi to return on that low salary, but then maybe have some additional revenue streams so that he is paid as a player like him deserves to be. Now, we know that Messi is going to have to make certain sacrifices if he does want to return, given the restrictions in La Liga, given our own restrictions financially too. And I'm sure that he is aware of that. He knows that if he does want to come back, we're all going to have to try and meet in the middle somehow. And let's just see now what sort of solutions the club can find. We know that inside of the club, in terms of our accounting, we can get creative. We know all about that. We saw full evidence of that last summer when inside the board, they were able to make things happen. They were able to move things around and really achieve objectives which on the face of it looked impossible. So let's wait and see what we can do as a club. Let's wait and see what the wishes of Messi are going to be this summer. And it is all building up to be a very, very exciting time. So please do, guys, let me know your thoughts there. The latest on the Lionel Messi back to Barcelona rumours. What do you make of all that? And can you see it happening this summer? Please do let me know as well on all of the other topics that we have discussed in today's video. Really looking forward to hearing from you and hope that you're all still feeling really good, still on that high from that stunning Clasico victory. I'll be seeing you very, very soon, of course, right here on the main channel and also over on MORETALKFCB as well. I hope you're enjoying the videos across both channels right now. I really do appreciate all of your support. I'll be back soon, guys. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.